Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we are going to learn about how to do a simple currency converter using 2D array from ASP.NET Web Forms. So it looks something like this. The design will be something like this. For example, if we select USD and we just give some value 10, and if you convert it, it will be the same for the USD, but for a ringgit it will be something like this, and for Japanese yen it will be something like this. So guys, how to do this? So yeah, let's hop on to the coding button. So guys, open up your Visual Studio. I'm using Visual Studio 2017. Alright, new project. I select ASP.NET Web Application, give it a name. Okay, empty. Yeah, we're doing with empty web forms. Alright, give it some time to open up. Alright, okay guys. Alright, it has opened up. So guys, to create, we should create the design. To create, we are going to open up a new web form. So on your web application, right click here, add new item, which is going to be web form, add. So yeah, this is the source part of it, the web form. We are not dealing with this, we just go for the designing. Okay guys, so before we start, we have to create a table so that we can align our items around here. So to give some rows so we have enough space, give it 10. The columns, I just left it to 2. Okay, so we have our table here. On the top, I just give it a name, so the title. So I just merge the both of the two cells. Currency converter with 2D array. Alright, so just as the title, make it bold, and you can change the font size over here. Everything is here. Yep, so looks fine. So first we add and drop down list. Not there, somewhere here. Give it some space for the alignment. Drop down list. In here we just add the items. So I'm going to use only 3 currency types, which is USD, so it automatically changed the value. Also add another value, ringgit, and I'm going to use Japanese yen, which is JPY. Okay, yep, our first drop down is done. So I'm just going to have a copy, Control C, and I'm going to paste it in this second column so it just aligns properly together. And I'm going to add a text box, which is over here. You can find the toolbox somewhere here. If you cannot find, you can just select view and you can select it from here if you have a problem. Toolbox. I'm going to add a text box, which is okay, and another one here, text box, and I'm going to add a button which is going to do the processing. So I'm going to give a name to the button, which is, you can find the button name here, and the text we can change it to as convert Alright guys, so this is how it's going to look like. Maybe we can put some text here from, and over here as 2. Yep, so this the designing part is done. I didn't do it very properly, but if you want it designed very nicely, you can do some changes. So click on this button 2 times, double click it, so it goes to the coding part. Alright guys, we have come to the coding part. Alright, we don't need to import any system data types, so just here first we need to convert the text box, which is text box 1. We're going to convert into the value, it's the input value we have to convert into a double value because we are dealing with double. So double, give it a name, going to be text box 1. This text box convert to double, open bracket close bracket, which is the text box 1. Alright, .txt. Okay, yep. So we need 2 integers for the looping. I'm going to select I and j, I mean the common one, and j. Okay, and we are going to have a double, which is I'm going to name it as sum equals to 0. If you assign and double, you have to always give an value. If not, you might get an array. For the int it doesn't matter, but for the double you have to always assign an value. The sum is going to tally up all the total and going to insert inside the text box 2. Alright, so let's go to the array double, also a double, box bracket, there should be a comma inside. I'm going to give it name as x-ray, which is equals to curly bracket semicolon. So here I'm going to explain how to get the value, because we are going to put the conversion rate all inside here. Here I created a simple table, and here how does the array work is like this. We have we have the currency types. Okay, I'm going to set it as rows and columns. So this table represents how the conversion works here. For example, the USD in the row and the USD in the column always represents as 1. But what about the USD here and the ringgit here? To simplify this value, just Google up USD to ringgit. So you can add a different number of currencies, it doesn't matter. So 1 USD represents 4.17 ringgit. So I'm going to add it up here, and same goes to the Japanese yen. Yep, 108 and 42. 42. Oh. Okay, and this one also the same thing, the ringgit and USD. Here you change this one as Malaysian ringgit, and here you change it as USD United. This should be done. Yes, so it will represent as 0.24. Yep, that's the value. So you find all the values which the converter values here. Let's put it as a table for your references. So we head on to the coding part, and here we're going to insert all these data types, I mean the data values. So okay, I'm using only 3 data types, so I'm going to have only 3 curly brackets inside the curly brackets. So here we're going to input the value, which is 4.7, 1 comma 4.17 comma 108 point something. Yeah, 108.42. Okay, the first row is done. Second row would be okay, 0.24 comma 1 comma 2556, I think. Okay, 96. So we go to the last row, 0.0092 comma 0.038 I think, and 238 and 1 and 1. Okay, so we have filled up, populated our array, so that is done. So now what we are going to do is, how do we compare these two and find the value, the input value, and to find the value, final value here. I'm using this index, selected index from the drop down list. So that does mean I have put three values here also three values. So if this index is like the numbers from 0 1 2 3. So if I select USD, the index is 0, and here also 0 means the USD, the index here, if here also, if it's USD, the index is 0. So if the both index is 0, it's going to, for example, it's going to compare this value, which is like 0 1 and 2. Here also 0 1 and 2. Comparing the indexes, we are going to get this value if both are USDs from the drop down list. So this is the value. It takes this value, the loop, and going to match it with, going to multiply with this value, and we're going to get the output over here. This is what we are doing in this processing. So to get the index, we create another double. I'm going to name it as D1, the drop down list. Okay, equals, we have to convert it to double also, and we're going to select the drop down list. My drop down list name would be drop down list 1, this one, and this one will be drop down list 2, the default values. So I'm going to select the drop down list 1 dot selected index, the numbers, and I'm going to do the same thing for the second drop down list, equals convert to double, open brackets, drop down list, which is going to be 2 dot selected index. Alright, we are set, and we go for the loop part. I'm going to have a nested loop, that means loop inside a loop. So it's going to be for taking the int value I equals to 0 semicolon. So my I is equals to 0, and I want to find how many times it will loop. As it here, it has only three. So the I is going to loop like a row, and the next loop, which is J, going to loop as column. So just write this code here. So I is less than 3 because I have only 3 values in this array row. So it's going to only loop 3 times, and I plus plus. Okay, enter, open curly brackets, inside another loop, which is going to be my J, the same thing, equals to 0 semicolon, J is less than 3 semicolon, and J plus plus. Okay, another open curly brackets. So what's going to happen here is my I will loop like this in the row, and in each row the J going to loop as column. I hope you understand it. When the I is 1, the J will loop 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. That's why I selected less than 3 to loop only 3 times. If I have more values, I have to put more numbers, and more, if I have more rows, I have to put I less than number of numbers I have here. So what we are going to do is, we are going to compare it with the selected index from the drop down list, compare it with the loop. So we're going to give a if condition. If our D1, which is the drop down list selected index, is double equals to I. Okay, and two ands. D2 is double equals to J. So our if condition is set. So what happens is, the example here is, if this selected index is equals to the loop, and my second J loop also equals to some the index. For example, I select the first drop down list is USD, and in the second drop down list I select as ringgit. My index is 0, and I mean 1, index is 1, and in my column row, in the I loop, it will select the first row. This is the second row, third row, and it is correct in my because of my if condition. And I need the J, which is the column loop, the ringgit, so it will go here, still not condition confirmed. It will go to the second loop, so the ringgit is confirmed here because USD and ringgit. So it will take this value. I want this value to be selected and multiply with this value, and the output should come here. So if the D1 is I and D2 is J, what I want is, I have already initiated the double sum. Sum should equals to my array x rate, the value, what value it comes there, which is ij. Alright, which it selects from this column. This is how the array is going to work. Okay, and what else do I need to do? I already found the value. Okay, now I want that value to be multiplied by the text box 1. Alright, which is txtbx. This text box 1 is going to be multiplied. And finally, so the looping is done here. Finally, I want the output after I done with the loop. I want my output to come in the text box 2. So I need to go to math around it, so it just comes around, because we already found the value here, because it's going to multiply with the text box 1, and the sum is the x rate, these values which of 1, it's going to multiply, and I want it to come in the text box 2. Sum dot, and always the output in the text box should be string. Alright, semicolon. Done. So we have done the coding for this simple form currency converter. So let's run and see how it goes. Alright, yep, just let it run. It might take some time to load up. Be patient. Alright, it opens in my Firefox. Alright, okay. Damn slow. Right, this is what we have here. From to the convert button is here because I just put in the column. You can just change it here. Right, so we just selected USD. I'm going to give it as 5, and I want this the second value convert into the ringgit. So how much is my value? It's 21. So I just give it same here, 5, and it's 20.87. because I rounded up, it shows us the second rounded value here. Alright, so how about vice versa? So ringgit and ringgit, which is ringgit and ringgit, it's going to represent 1. So if it represents 1, it should be 5. What about Japanese yen? 5 Japanese yen. Yeah, it's going to be very small. Yeah, it's quite small. Japanese yen, yeah. No, I mean Japanese yen is going to be quite small. Yep, so this is how it works. And yeah, so alright guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any doubts, leave a comment, and if you like my video, just leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more updates. Thank you guys.